Okay, so first I need to learn how to say your names.
Oh, I'm Hao.
Hao. Okay, nice meeting
Yes.
you. And
Nice to
yours
meet you
is
as
more
well.
difficult. Yours is more difficult. Who Ki or no? How do you say your name?
徐启.
徐启
Jush?
徐启
Jushi. Oh, okay.
Hi.
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 Thanks for giving us your time to do this Q&A. And again, I'm very sorry for the problem. Last time I couldn't do with the director, my internet froze, and now there's this, and it gives me more stress. I hope I'll be okay, because it's always a little bit stressful doing this through Zoom. So thanks
It's
again.
all good. It's all good.
Thanks
No
again for giving our festival some time for this. I'm one of the pre-jury member actually, and I was the first to see your movie, and to me it was a movie that has some poetry in it, but as if the visuals, maybe not just for words but for visually, it had some poetry in it, so I really liked it. Thanks to your efforts to make such a beautiful movie. So my first question is, this movie, Son of Wind, flows between dream and reality, but you still put a date and a place. You say fall 2005 and Mongolian Chinese border. So is it inspired by a true story, or why did you put this date and place?
So I will answer for the director, because he couldn't speak English. So it's totally fiction. It's not based on a true story.
Okay. So what is the reason you put those dates?
We put those dates because this is when the director actually wrote the story. So he has been developing this story for over 10 years. And also he did some research for the background as well. So as he's developing it still tried to keep as original as possible, original to the time period as possible.
Okay, actually, it is not something that makes the movie lose something. It's even always there's something in the movie always has a foot on reality. So it's one of those things like the date and time, and also the dog. The dog seems like always in the reality. So there's something there, and then maybe when we touch reality, we can go to unreal even more strongly. So in a sense, it wasn't. I just thought maybe there's something that happened on fall 2005, and that's why I asked. Okay, so. Yeah, is there something you're gonna say? I told
you. No, I'm just agree with you.
Yeah, and for me, I'm a biologist who also sometimes work with this wind turbines, where we look if they hit the birds. So I know these places. Those places are places where only shepherds come regularly, and the shepherds and the watchmen is nearly the same. They only have their dogs and sheep, no other human, and they're lonely. And in that spot, then I believe, because I also feel it when I go up there, those places, then time starts flowing differently, as if time becomes fluid. And I thought that's how your movie also captures this place, the wind turbines. There's nobody, there's only these things. And then as if you also show the clock in one place, and I thought that's how time makes the unreal things, imaginary things, the way the time is fluid, makes them come to his mind, as if this time is so important. But and then I, for example, maybe the woman is real, maybe not real, everything like that. Maybe he needs a woman and he imagines a woman. But when I saw your movie Little Info, there is a sentence: love conceives illusion and rebirth. So what is this movie's significance with love? What this sentence means? Love conceives illusion and rebirth. So I thought it was time that made the illusion. But when I saw your sentence, I saw love. So maybe I missed something. I was thinking time was the real force for the imaginary. Yeah.
I think the story is more about love because I mean time is helping to present the situation of the boy, the guy, and how he's perceiving his reality through meeting this lady.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then what do you mean by, in the sense of this movie, illusion and rebirth? Like, is there a moment where he is reborn that I missed? Because maybe I was really more stuck on time only because I know these places, and for me those places, because I already been there, I thought more about how one person can go to the imaginary. I didn't think too much of love because maybe I really thought this woman was imaginary. and I thought of more of this fluidity of time because it's a wider topic. But as you say about love, it's, yeah. So in a sense, is there a place point he is reborn then?
So actually this is based on a feature story. So it's
What
actually it's a feature film. It's we were trying to develop this to a feature film. So
okay.
this is just to the idea from the feature film that has this element of isolation and love, and mostly just about the environment the character has been in.
Okay, yeah. I'm at one point I even thought she screams for wolf and the boy's dog hears. I thought it again is like everything was in a circle.
It is. So the wolf is like her imaginary kid. It's like her kid.
Her kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. At that point, it nearly looked a bit like primitive too, as if a man and a woman, and then the love, and also maybe to breed and things. And it was interesting. But it is also interesting that you also say in your credits she is Mongolian, and the cavalry in the beginning is Mongolian. Is there something about Mongolia that you wanted to put it there? I don't know if she's dressed as a earlier dress, or do they always dress like that? What is it about Mongolia that you wanted to put it there?
I can't say much for this because I'm not the director. I'm the cinematography first.
Okay. Yes.
So from my point of view, so it actually the costume was from the book. I can't remember the name, but she was wearing traditional Mongolian clothing. It's not like a period clothing. It's just like how they dress in the Mongolia.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. I now this question I have thought of.
I'm sorry. I apologize because I'm more into the image than
okay, then
the story.
I'm also okay. Maybe we can for example, we have this question is for you. We thought that the movie takes place at a physical border, but also a border between, as I said, reality and dream. And so regarding this, what kind of aesthetic and artistic preferences did you decide on?
So I lost the second part.
Because it's at the border, both physical and between reality and dream. So what did this decision made you take preferences of what kind of aesthetic, artistic preferences did you take on? Did you decide on?
So for the dream, we were approaching for more of oil painting style. And also for the lighting as well, we go for those like dreamy lighting. Also, we have the character in and out of focus lots of time. And for reality, it's more about the surroundings. So we have lots of wide shots of the yurt and also the grassland. So we have this like little separation there. Mostly also we try to use the anamorphic aspect ratio to show more of the emotion from the character.
Okay. Yeah, all right. I also thought that for me, I don't know, maybe because I love poetry, the images were like the fantasy elements, the light out of the tent, and all the landscape shots, and also name of the movie for me very poetrical, like poetry like. And we also see a book in the movie in the start as the first scene. There's a book. So I wonder, how did you create this poetrical images? Did you intend to make this like as if literature in visual? There is that strong poetry in the shots, some wildlife like mountains, or for example when they lie together, women and men, there's a, as you say, oil painting, or there's something poetical. So thanks for it. It's very nice.
Thank you. So yes, I think poetry and oil painting, they're connected. So also when we try to approach from the oil painting way, we also try to connect with the poetry, like, because I mean the story is kind of portraitic.
Yes, poetic. Yes, it is.
Poetic.
Yes, and it is doing it more so with images than the words. It's more with image and the script, how real and unreal, because symbolism is something very strong in poetry, in my opinion. I like poetry with symbolism more, and this movie is so much symbolism is there. And many, I even don't want to ask questions like why did you do this? Why? Because it harms. But I don't like asking such questions. Only one of them maybe I will ask. This scene where they made love, we are not very sure. There, this fruits, especially the mandarin, the tangerine fruit. I wonder in Chinese culture, because I visited grave of Bruce Lee in Seattle, in States, when I was living there, and I was shocked. We went to the grave. There's all candles. They were put on the mandarins. So did you try to say something with the mandarins? Is there about Chinese culture we don't know something about mandarins?
So for the fruits, try to present those like sexual, like, feeling in the image.
Okay.
So also it's a drink, it's a dream scene. So we actually got our idea from those like those Russian paintings from I can't remember one, but like those like have the bird eye view and fruits and those like hard light and shadows on the body.
Okay, it was looking like a very magical scene actually, and it was like a photo too, and there was this magic and the colors were, but I only because I went to Bruce Lee grave, I thought maybe there was something else with the mandarin, because I don't know Chinese culture much, but that's okay. I also loved the first scene a lot. It's also because there is this music and the scene, it makes it humorous, and the light, it always is like the imagination, but light imagination, not something heavy, but as if he's the young mind. And the music really carries it. also in the end, again, similar music starts in the very end. What did you try to do with the music? What kind of atmosphere you tried? And did you think you really achieved it? Are you happy with what you tried and what you achieved?
So music-wise, I didn't help with that a lot, but like what I can say about the first scene is I was trying to make the camera movement more organic. So I mostly just handheld and followed the character's movement, the female character's movement, and try to make it like a dream because I wasn't trying to hold it steady, and also focus was not mostly on her, like not on her most of the time. And
actually, I tried to watch that scene slowly and again and again. How many times I never, it is so fast, but it's also so such a nice scene. It really is like, how many times I watch, I am also as if I'm the person who's all of a sudden comes. So it was really a scene that put lots of light in the movie. Some already you created the imaginary world of this person, and I think there's also in the movie has lots of youth energy, because when I think he's already young, but you also show his like curiousness maybe for Mongolian cavalry, Mongolian women, because Mongolia is the border. So maybe this person is thinking about what is across the border, and so this curiousness he's reading, and maybe even the sexual scenes, this youth lust, and the way youngs approach lovemaking, maybe it's really young energy in the movie. So I really think then the character already, probably you decided it will be a young person, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So the director decided early on that this is more of a coming of age. So the director chose to like the character from like age of 20 or 22. I think that's what he wanted the actor, the age to be.
Yeah. And then the portrayal of this young energy is really very, very nicely translates in the movie. In the beginning, the movie starts with a border, but actually we don't see it. Only we believe it because you write it, but it's only there is no border in the landscape. It's only humans create the borders. Landscape don't have such borders. And then only in the end we see the characters touch with the outside world, the railway tracks. It's more because in his place there's still no outside connection. We don't see anybody. So is there anything that love made him this, because he ends up finding a love, even imaginary or real, and then we see the things are getting more shaped. Is this there's a significance of the rail tracks in the story? What it symbolizes?
It's actually the director's decision on the rail track.
Okay, I'm sorry. I also don't know.
Yeah, and so image-wise, I when we were shooting, I wasn't quite sure about the ending, but the director actually mentioned this way to how he can approach, I guess, love. I think it's a like a railway. It's more like a light lead him the way.
Yes, it's a way. Yes,
yes.
Yeah, and I think in one
but
scene,
it's more of a director's decision on this one.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. There's a problem with this. I am not from cinema technically. I am a writer. and I'm a biologist, but I do, because I watch cinema a lot, and Onur is my brother, by the way, the festival director, and I help with this Q&A, but sometimes I feel bad because I can't ask so many questions about some technical things because I am not from I don't have much technical background. So maybe we can ask you a general question. So generally in the movie then, maybe you can, is there something you would like to share with us? Maybe something you tried, maybe you couldn't do and then you had to get a B plan, or just something that really is special about the movie for you as far as photography goes. Maybe you can tell us a little bit.
Sure. So there's a snow scene in the movie. We were not planned for it.
Okay.
I think that scene made the whole film very unique.
Magical. Yes.
Yes, very magical, and it shows the time passed. Because they snowed the day before we start filming, and remind you, it was September. It was not supposed to snow.
Oh.
And when we on the third day, the snow melted. So all we can see is green grassland, and it was pure magical. I think we had the best time there, just from cinematography wise, because we had those like snowy days, like the storm, and also sunny days. And we shot this film in 4 or 5 days.
And
we experienced.
You experienced everything in 4 or 5 days. Yes.
Yes, and so that's very magical that we can experience 2-3 seasons in this less than 1 week time.
Yeah, yes, because it really looks like a very harsh winter with the sound of the storm, but it's also good because of the name of the movie, Son of the Wind. I really like that sound of the
yes.
But for me, I don't know how I can explain this, but because as I said, I don't know much techniques. I never had the chance to be with my brother in his set because I was living abroad for a while, or else I would know more. But I can ask this as an audience. You know, sometimes cinema is really done with all these techniques, but the audience don't know the techniques, and you filmmakers are making the movie for the audience that know no technique maybe. So I can ask it like this then. For me, which I don't know so much technical things, the first, even from the start, there's a feel I felt as if we are not in a fiction movie, but also we are not in a documentary. There is a feeling I never could explain, but the way it was shot, the first scenes, the first part of it made me, it was unique. So is there a unique thing you tried there? There was something unique for me as a person who doesn't know techniques, okay? So there was something unique about that start scene. So what did you try there with director of photography?
So yes, like what you say, we are trying to approach it in like a reality way, but also want to differentiate from reality and the dream. So in that, actually, from the drone shot, we were just like, this should look like a landscape shot, but then it become a dream.
Yeah, okay.
So,
all right. Yeah, I think that really translates to the audience. It's as I said, I was like, what is going on? I thought as if it froze, or did it freeze, or did it move too fast, or what? There was like, maybe I'm with the scene too much. So I really liked it. It starts the movie, and then that scene with the cavalry is already a very nice introduction scene to the whole story, the backbone, the reality and everything, the fastness. As I said, I really think you did a great job making a movie which is really poetical. I think in the end I could still most say that, and it is because of the way visuals are captured, but also maybe because literature, the script, the words are are limited in one way that is good. Like there are not so many words, so there is this balance between the words and the visual. So that balance really helps us understand that we are transiting between imagination and the reality. And also the fantastical elements, they're always light and has a humor. As I said, with the light of the tent coming to his feet, as if he's like a little childish joy and thinking of this woman, and then the light and that humor really also makes us feel as if loneliness can be something, but we can the way he breaks his loneliness, maybe because he's young, we feel he's not that badly affected from the loneliness he's in. And also he has a dog, and you captured their relationship very good, the dog and the watchman. So if I go back to my experience going up those places, sometimes I feel bad for the shepherds. I feel like, oh my God, what are they living up here? But in your movie, despite the harsh conditions of that place, you really showed that imagination is a very powerful, good thing, as if it's like can heal us, can give us what we need. And you even touched the literature as if you pay respect to literature too, a little bit. So everything has its done in a light touches, not heavily like literature, but you just very briefly, you also make sense of that. So maybe my last question could be that, but it is you again, maybe it's not to you, I don't know. I was wondering, I didn't know he couldn't speak English, by the way. I was gonna ask him how much influence he gets in his filmmaking from literature, because I thought there is poetry in this movie. So, but maybe we can pass this question. I don't know.
How about I try this? I translate this question. See, okay. 学长，就是他想问，就是从文学角度有多少影响到了这个电影？
这个你也知道，就是堂吉诃德，他是咱们这个片子的一个互文的一个。堂吉诃德这个人物跟安可汗这个人物其实是有一个互文的。他在第一个镜头、第一场戏的时候，他在那个山坡上，他就看着堂吉诃德的那个小说，你可以这样跟他说啊。
Chinku, I know. I forgot. I don't know what to say in Chinese. Thank you. I forgot. I think I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, your video.
Oh, sorry, I'm booking.
Yes.
Sorry.
I was gonna say thank you, but I couldn't.
I was saying like the. Sorry, my connection is not that good. So this whole like it has some influence from Don Ducat. Sorry, I can't remember the English word for Tang Kwai Hoti.
Is it
from
Chinese
the novel
person?
No, I can't. Dilamacha. Because I'm not very good with the name either. So it's the book actually is called Zhang Humato de la Lacha.
堂吉诃德。
堂吉诃德，Really let me see if I can copy that from.
塞万提斯的就是西班牙作家塞万提斯的一个小说。
Let me type it out. Sorry, I got some very photo.
Okay, Don Quixote. I think like that in English. I am also not. Oh, really? I'm glad I asked the question.
So yes, so that's actually the book, and also how the second scene comes to is the when he was reading the book, and he was dreaming the scene in his mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Also, I don't have any more questions, but I would like to ask, how was his name again? Your name. If there's something you would like to say about to our audience, is there something you'd like to say?
是的，他问有没有什么想说的给观众。
哦，这个在直播吗？就是看分车，就是《Show of the Wind》的这部电影，这个短片，还会拍一部长片。这个刚才没有说是吧？没有说这些吧？
我刚有讲，
也有讲是吧？对，但其实是这个短片是那部长片的人物关系的其中的第一次相遇啊，男主人公跟女主人公的第一次相遇的一个情境的一个再现。那如果是在一个电影长片里边的话，他们的，因为我刚才听懂就是一个love 嘛，一个 A 什么的，在长片里边他们是非常的丰富跟完整的，他们有3次的相遇，第4次的离别，等等等等，你再加一点。
Okay. So the director was saying, so this is a short film we're going to develop to a feature film, and this like the two characters meeting each other was actually their first time meeting each other, but in the feature story they're going to meet like 3 more times, and they will develop a relationship based on this interaction. And it will in the feature film it will be more details and contents.
Okay, yeah, but it's still very nice as it is. I still like it like this, and thanks again to everybody in the team for making such a beautiful movie. That and we were very happy to have your movie reach to Turkish audience. Thanks for sending your movie to us. And we look forward to seeing you again, your movies in the future festivals. And thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.